Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. I apologize if my voice is a little fucked up. I'm still on a bunch of steroids and stuff, which makes my voice sound all fucked up. So, some pretty crazy news came out about Zion Williamson, and I feel like at this point, it's like every other day I'm making a Zion Williamson video. But I wanted to talk about this because this is pretty telling. I think more so about the Pelicans than Zion Williamson in some ways. But in case you guys don't know, the Zion Williamson situation at this point, it's no secret that the situation in New Orleans is not great. And we got some pretty crazy stuff to come out. The first being that Zion Williamson potentially needs another surgery on his foot that he just had surgically repaired. Which means he's not playing this year. I hate to break this to people, but if you have Zion Williamson on your fantasy team, it's time to drop him. I highly doubt there's any chance that he plays this year. If you Google his weight, I've pretty much feel like I've whipped a dead horse at this point about his weight. He weighs 317 pounds. If you Google his weight on Google right now, like that's what it's currently at. But the Pelicans sent out an email to their fans for season ticket holders, and this is pretty telling, actually. So I have the ad up right here on my phone, and it's making its rounds on Twitter, but I want to read the first paragraph to you guys, and just the first paragraph, okay? So this is what the ad says for season ticket holders for the 2022-2023 season. So this is for next season, okay? For season ticket holders for next year, okay? It says, led by new head coach Willie Green and players Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas, and CJ McCollum. That's it, okay? The Pelicans are building something special across the street from the Caesars Superdome. And with their best ever season ticket package now on sale, there's never been a better time to lock in and join the squad for, and then a bunch of promotional shit. You get like NBA League Pass with it and all kinds of stuff. But notice how they completely left Zion Williamson off that list, okay, of the players that they mentioned. They mentioned Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas, and CJ McCollum. And what this, I think, says more than anything is that not only do they not expect Zion to play this year, but I feel like there's something going on behind the scenes where they don't expect him to play next year either. And, there's been a really, really high amount of players in the NBA who have had foot problems who never recovered from them. Greg Oden's one of the first guys that comes to mind. That's the obvious one. Yao Ming, a lot of people don't know this, but Yao Ming, in his career, his career got cut kind of short because of foot injuries. Joel Embiid, when he came into the league, had foot injuries, missed his entire first season. Foot injuries are no joke, okay? And, I see a lot of people throwing around the narrative that Zion Williamson's a bust. And to me, okay, a bust is somebody who you draft really high, who doesn't meet expectations. Like, to me, like, Darko Milicic was a bust, okay? Greg Oden was a bust. Anthony Bennett was a bust, okay? Zion Williamson is not a bust. Zion Williamson is actually a good player. The problem is he has been sidelined for this entire season so far. He hasn't played a single game. And he just had foot surgery. They're saying he'll need another foot surgery. And the idea that they're just saying he's going to need another foot surgery tells me that this next surgery is probably going to be pretty major if he actually needs it. And not only that, but he needs to drop his weight, right? Like, it's one thing if, you're Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic. They're about 280, 285, both of them. And they're 7-footers, okay? Zion Williamson is, and not only that, but they're big man. They don't really have like, an above the rim type play style. Zion Williamson is that. Zion Williamson is going to dunk the ball on the fast break every time he gets a chance to do it, okay? He's 6'6" and 317 pounds, okay? Or 6'7", I guess, maybe, I don't know, 6'8" if we're being generous. But It's the idea here that the situation with Zion Williamson comes off so bad that the Pelicans don't expect him to even play next season. Because I'm anticipating the Pelicans are going to make him get this surgery to, at least clear it up. He's going to have time to heal from the surgery, and then they're probably not even going to let him play because of his weight. After you just had 2 major surgeries on your foot, if you're clocking in at over 300 pounds, okay, they're not going to let you touch a basketball court, okay? They're just not going to do it, and if you're the Pelicans, you don't. Now, there's other stuff also coming up that, Zion's extension is coming up. He's coming up on the ability to sign an extension off of his rookie deal. Now, there's one of 2 ways this goes, okay? Either they don't offer him the extension and they let him become a free agent, and at that point, I'm sure some team will take a flyer on Zion Williamson. But even if they do offer Zion Williamson the extension, which I kind of think they'd be stupid not to do, it's going to have a fuck ton of stipulations. I mean a fuck ton, man. Like, it's going to have all kinds of injury stipulations. It's going to probably have a thing where the money isn't guaranteed if he doesn't play X amount of games and stuff like that. So the situation is turning very, very bleak in New Orleans for Zion Williamson. And then we also hear the things, the CJ McCollum thing where he didn't reach out to CJ McCollum. He didn't even text CJ McCollum or anything. And literally Zion Williamson's former teammate, JJ Redick, had to come out on ESPN and basically rip him a new asshole in the public spotlight in order to get Zion Williamson to actually embrace his role of being the best player on the team and, embracing a new player and stuff like that. I get it. Zion Williamson is young. Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable doing all this yet, considering he hasn't played very much. But he's still the best player on that team. And what JJ Redick is wanting Zion to do is be a good teammate. And JJ Redick said Zion comes off as a detached teammate. And when I think about all the things that have come out in the past, right? With his family members coming out and saying stuff. Personally, I think Zion Williamson's parents are misguiding him a lot. I think they're the ones making the demands, not necessarily Zion, which is, not something we normally see in sports. But it's just the idea. I feel like Zion Williamson, I honestly don't think he wants to be in New Orleans. I think he wanted to be a New York Knick. And I think everybody knows that at this point. And, when we keep hearing the things about, his interviews with the, I can't think of what his name is at the moment. Is it David Griffin? I'm not sure. But I keep hearing all these things about, the weird meeting with the vice president of basketball operations for the Pelicans and, the idea that he's not happy there and he feels like they're not doing enough to help him win, or at least that's what his family is saying. It's pretty obvious the relationship is going sour. When they leave him out of the season ticket advertisement and they're, he's arguably their box office name, what I'm saying? He's the biggest name on their team. It says a lot. It says a lot about where the Pelicans are on Zion Williamson. It says a lot about where that relationship between Zion and the Pelicans is. And at this point, I think the Pelicans are keeping Zion Williamson on their roster because they're not ready to give up on him yet, understandably so. But this relationship is heading south very fast. And you know what? It's unfortunate because I think Zion Williamson is a generational talent. I think he has the ability to be a very good player. He had one of the better rookie seasons that I think we've ever seen, in the time that he did play. But as time goes on, the injury stuff, he's an injury-prone, overweight player who, from what we can see, from, public perception, and he's disgruntled. He's a detached teammate. It's like he doesn't want to be there. At least that's the vibe we're getting, is that he doesn't want to be there. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the future holds. I don't want to say Zion Williamson is a bust, but when I hear the things about the foot surgery, needing a second foot surgery after he just had the first one, the idea that he's over 300 pounds and all this other stuff, I think to myself, the Pelicans are preparing to play next season without Zion Williamson. So I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. It sucks that I got to keep making videos like this, but, you know, we keep hearing new information, and I just think at the end of the day, man, like, this isn't going to end well for, I don't think it's going to end well for Zion or the Pelicans, you know? So it's unfortunate. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but if you want my personal opinion, I think it's going to be a very long time before we see Zion Williamson touch a basketball court again. You know, if they're selling season tickets or advertising season tickets without his name on it, that means they're planning to play next season without him, because he's probably going to get the foot surgery. So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on this. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. This has been the Fast Break Report, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.